What's up, people? How you guys doing? Happy Monday. Jeremiah Davis here, the funding coach. This is Monday Fun Day. I'm going to keep talking about this PPP because it's flying off the shelves. People are getting funded left and right. And it can be 100% forgiven, turned into a grant. So I'm just going to continue to put out this content. The feds have given us an extra 90 days to get to apply for this money. They're still going off the gross income. So that means more money than doing it from your net. So it's definitely worth the time to submit the application. As well, though, you have time to get your books together, get your documents together. All right. On Friday on the business source, I was telling you how to use QuickBooks and to categorize your expenses, your income, and then that will create your Schedule C. Because you have to, if you're an entrepreneur or a small business owner, one man, one woman show, you have to keep track of that business income, okay, and your expenses. That is basically your profit and loss statement for the year. And QuickBooks is a really good tool to do that for you. Once you set it up, you might have to go through a couple of months of your itemizing your transactions. You sync it up to your bank account, itemize your transactions. The money coming in is income, the money going out as business expenses, and then it will automatically go back throughout the year, and all the transactions in those categories, it would add them to that proper category as a business expense, software expense, professional expense, legal expenses, a lot of different categories that you can classify as a business expense. And then it will deduct those expenses from the gross income, and bam, you have your P&L for the year. Okay. Also getting some people asking me why they can only get up to $20,000. So, the PPP, Payroll Protection Program, is for small business owners, right? So if you're a one-person business, you can still apply. But if you have employees and you have payroll, so for all of us who are just solopreneurs, we normally don't have a payroll unless you have yourself on your payroll. But to get more than $20,000, you would have to have at least 5 or 10 or more employees. I think this go round, they open it up to 20 or less employees. So if you have more than that, you would have a payroll system and you can get more money for all your employees. That's the whole concept behind it. So the forms you would normally fill out on your taxes, your business taxes, is a 940 and a 941. One is for annual payroll, and one is for quarterly payroll. Okay. If you do not have employees and have not filed 940 or 941, then you will not get more than $20,000 because basically it's just your payroll and your business expenses. If you do have employees, then we can use your payroll, your 940 or 941, and you can get more money, 60,000, 100,000. It's based off that. Say you did $1 million in gross revenue, and you have 50, 60, 80, $100,000 in payroll expenses throughout the year or the quarter. Then we would use that to calculate how much money you would get from the PPP, and that means you would most likely qualify for more than $25,000. All right. 60% of the money has to be used for payroll. The other 40% can be used for business expenses. So for everybody else, like for myself, I made whatever I made, over 100,000, almost 200,000 last year, but I don't have any employees, so I capped out at like 20,800. Okay, I have a lot of other people that I processed their loans for, and they've capped out because they're in the same situation. They do have large business income, but they don't have employees. Or if all their employees are 1099, then the employees can apply for themselves. But unless they're W-2 employees, that's where you have to um, account for that extra money. Okay, so yeah, if you're just a one person show, you're going to get that up to $20,000. Now let's just work out this formula right quick. Okay, say you made $100,000 in 2020. Okay, you would take that $100,000 divided by 12 months. Okay, that would put you at $8,333 a month. Okay, then they would take that number and multiply it by 2.5. 2.5 times $8,333. It's for approximately $20,833. That's how much the PPP loan will be for you. Now, if you made less, so I just processed someone that made, I think, $85,000. Right? Same scenario, divided by 12, $7,083 times 2.5. So she's going to get $17,000. Okay, this is how you do it. And the beautiful part is because they're going off the gross. Before they was going off the net. The net is the money after expenses. So if you made $150,000 and you had $70,000 in the deductions, then you're only going to be able to use that other $80,000 and get less money. While they're doing this and have extended it up for another 90 days, they did it last week. So we're a little less than 90 days, about 80 days roughly. They're going to just take your gross income before deductions and use that same formula to calculate how much your PPP loan will be. And then that's how much you're going to get. Okay. And then shortly after that, once you have the money, you'll have to fill out some paperwork for the forgiveness part, right? And I've been hearing a lot of people getting like almost, I want to say automatic, but close to automatic forgiveness for the whole 100%. So turns into free money, grant money, where you should apply. Okay, you can go to businessfundingnow.com, click on applications, and you'll see the PPP loan. Submit it, look at it, see what the documents you need. You need your ID, you need a voided check. It can be a business account or a personal account, but you need your Schedule C for the last 2 years. Okay, so if you filed taxes in 2019 and you're an entrepreneur, you should have a Schedule C. If you have, most people have not filed for 2020, so we would use a P&L instead of your Schedule C for 2020. And what they're looking for is any quarter from 2019 to 2020, you had a decrease of 25% in volume in one quarter. So that even though I made more money in 2020 than I did in 2019, but I still qualified because I had a decrease in revenue in one quarter of the year comparing 2020 to 2019. So pretty much almost everybody qualifies. And now they have this extension. Even if you haven't been keeping track of your income and your expenses for your business or your side hustle, you have the time now to get a QuickBooks account, set it up, take some time and go through that and generate your P&Ls for 2020. And you don't have to, if you wasn't in business in 2019, that's okay. The requirement is that you was in business in January of 2020 before the pandemic. So if you just started your business, like the one lady I just mentioned that made $85,000, she didn't open her business until September of 2019. She only made $6,000 in 2019, and then she had a full year in 2020. She made $85,000. She's still getting $17,000. That's what I'm talking about. So if you were sitting there and like, I don't know how to apply, what do I need to do? Give me a call. I'll coach you through the process and to give you the instructions so you can get your documents in and submit it. We have about 80 more days to get these in so you can get this money and then get it forgiven as well. Okay, we can use this money for anything business related. Personal payroll, pay yourself, some business expenses, utilities, rents, and the people that we're looking for that the government wants to help out are these small business owners that are just like the one-man show. And I posted a flyer earlier today and with some list of job types or business owners: lawn care, barber, hairstylist, freelance photographer, contractor, dancer, credit repair specialist. Okay, any 1099 wage owners, owner operator truck drivers, event planners, caterers, food truck owners, social media managers. I mean, the sky's the limit. If you have a side hustle and you're making some money, all right, we're looking for at least a minimum of $15,000 annual income from your business or your side hustle. If you made less than $15,000, just do the formula. 15,000 divided by 12 months times 2.5. That's $3,000. All right. Anything less than that, it's almost, I mean, you can still apply, but you're not going to get very much money. Is my point. Okay. So it's got to be a real side hustle. You got to have a real business, right? Even if you're a sole proprietor and you put all the money in your personal account, you can still get this money and apply. But like I said, you have to have the last 2 years, 2019 and 2020, at least. I haven't done my taxes in the last 2 years, my business taxes. So I just provided my P&Ls for 2019, my P&Ls for 2020. And then you got to have a check, right? A business account or personal account, your ID. And that's pretty much about it, really. Everything else is just paperwork. You don't even have to have your artisan corporation, a business license, or anything like that. But you do have to have a Schedule C for 2019 or your P&Ls for 2019 and a Schedule C or a P&L for 2020. We need 2 years. If you was not in business in 2019 until like December, or if you started your business in January of 2020, you can still apply. Okay, so I want to encourage everybody. I mean, things like this don't come around that often. Unfortunately, it took a pandemic, and a lot of people had to have just left this earth. It's horrible. But if you're a business owner and you still here, you're still making it, you need to apply. Okay, this is free money that the government is giving away, and this money can be used to further grow your business, get your business to where you want it, put the money into marketing, advertising, grow your audience, grow your client base, maybe even start another business. Maybe you need a website, maybe you need marketing, maybe you need a social media manager, maybe you need more supplies. There's a ton of things you can use this money for, business related, including payroll. Okay, so nobody, if you're sleeping on this, you shouldn't wake up right now and get your paperwork together and get apply for this money. Sometimes the funding is coming out within a week. Some people, me, I had to wait about 3-4 weeks for mine, but I applied earlier in the year, about a month and a half, almost 2 months ago. But some people, one of my clients, he only waited like 2 or 3 weeks and he got his funding, right? They only made about $50,000 with their food truck, and they was able to get about $8,000. But that's $8,000 that, is pretty much free money. So I have a number. Most people are getting anywhere between 15 and 20,000. So I just want to encourage everybody to apply and get your paperwork. If you don't know what to get together, you don't know how to get your Schedule C or do your QuickBooks integration, give me a call or sign up for QuickBooks. They got customer service. They'll walk you through the whole process. It's not expensive. I have the self-employed plan. It costs me about $35 a month, but they have 2 other plans that are smaller for like $10-20 a month. But it's worth the investment to get the QuickBooks and get your docs together and apply for this loan. Okay. And here, you know what? I'm going to just show you my QuickBooks and show you how easy it is. All right. So bear with me while I share my screen. Okay. So Okay, so see, I was just sending out some invoices. It does your invoices. You got your merchant account already attached to it and everything. Um, but we go home. It's a little slow and going live, but I just want to show you the transactions and how to use this for creating your. Oh shoot! Log me out. Bear with me. Okay. So self-employed is a package I got, right? When you set it up, you'll just enter your banking information and it would automatically sync to your bank account. And then you would go in, once it's synced up, it will show you your transactions. As soon as it pops up, so you can go look by the year, all this, you can do a custom all or monthly, quarterly, okay? But here are the transactions. These are pending right now, but see what? Here's a transaction. This is a business expense. I already created a rule and created this is processing fees. All right, here's another deposit. That's a rule. It's income. Culligan water. That's a business expense. I like my water. Uh, and that's a business expense. Okay, my merchant account, that's a business expense. Vimo, international services. This is just all business expenses I have. Zapier, you know. Um, so and once you create this rule and put it in the right category, it will automatically apply. It has a little button. You'll click on it, and it automatically apply to all previous transactions. So you can go through a month. Most people, we have the same expenses from month to month. So you can just go and apply those transactions to that. And then once you're done, it'll calculate them all. You go over here to reports and look, profit and loss. What do you want? I want last year's. Okay. And I view it. Bam. It's all right there laid out for you. And that's all we need to get it submitted. Now, if you want to go, let's go back. Let me go to the custom view date, and I'll do January 1, 2019 to December 31st, 2019. Now I'll apply, and bam, there's my 2019 P&Ls. That's how easy it is to get this set up and get this money. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And you got 80 days to do that. It shouldn't take you more than 2 or 3 to set the account up and go through a couple of months of your transactions. And if you have to go back more than 1 year, you can do that. You can apply it to the last 2 years. It's the minimum that we need to apply for the PPP loan. Okay. A profit and loss statement for 2019, profit and loss statement for 2020, and then your check, your ID. Let's go ahead and look at the application. I'm going to walk you through that real quick. It's pretty straightforward. It's on my website. Okay, so we're going to go to businessfundingnow.com. It's secure. Go right here to applications. I live out here in these sticks in Tennessee, and my internet is slow when I'm going live. But boom. Just bear with me. He's coming. That's their phone. You can still submit it, but you still have to upload those documents. Um, Come on. Really? Oh, that's why. Pop up. Okay. Go right here. Down here. The last one. PPP. I'm just going to walk you right through this. Okay. First time. Now I had this happen too. Somebody who got it the first time, but they didn't count it. You have to, when we submit the application to the bank, they're going to come back and say, you already got one. All right. If you already got one, we need to know the amount. We need to know your E-trans number, and we need the agreement from that first one. Okay. But if you haven't, you'll just go first time, and you'll skip this part. And was you in business January 31st, 2020? Yes. And then you put in your personal information here, email address, social, date of birth, and you check sole proprietor, LLC, S Corp, whatever you are, churches, nonprofits. It's all, independent contractors, self-employed, doesn't matter. You'll still qualify. Put in your income for 2019 and income from 2020. Now, here's the part where if you don't have the 940 or the 941, just upload the P&Ls. Okay, you can upload it here. You can upload it here to Schedule C. Then we need your February 2020 bank statement, not 21, 2020. Okay, your voided check, front and back clear color copies of your ID. Then your banking information is going to be direct deposit to your bank. Okay, when was your business established? You have an EIN number or your social, business address, phone number, contact information, estimated per payroll, your payroll. So if you're paying yourself $5,000 or $6,000 a year, that's what you put in there. And number of employees. If it's just you, just count one for you. And then the equity you have in your company, if you have partners, what have you, at least 51%. Okay. And then this is for my affiliates. Any of the BFN affiliates, put your name if you're submitting for one of your clients. But that's it. Once you submit this, we submit it to the bank usually within 24 hours. And then you'll get emails from the bank on the next steps. And then after that, you'll do an e-sign for the loan application. I think the loan, if it doesn't get forgiven, it's 1% for, I don't know how many years they give you the term, maybe 5 or 10, but it's 1% interest for the portions that may not be forgiven. But I haven't heard anyone that has not been forgiven as of yet. So that's how easy it is to apply. So I just gave you guys the game. If you don't have your P&Ls, get the QuickBooks and get your P&Ls done for the last 2 years, and or just the last year at least, and then we'll get you submitted. And like I said, you get anywhere from, most people get them between $10,000 and $20,000. It's capping out about $20,800 if you're a sole proprietor. If you don't have any employees on payroll, if you have employees on payroll, then we can count that and get you more money. There are people that's getting, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, $100,000, but they have employees and they have their 940 and their 941s. They have their appropriate tax documents for the PPP. Great question. Do you have to qualify with credit also? No credit check. Absolutely not. Right? No credit check, no credit requirements at all. Okay. The EIDL had a credit requirement because that's an SBA loan, right? Which a portion of can be forgiven, but the rest of it has to be paid back through the SBA. Okay. So, but though I got the EIDL the first time, I got about $20,000, and my interest rate was like 1 or 2% for 30 years, like $100 a month. I'm going to pay that off I ain't going to take no 30 years to pay it off. But the credit requirement was like above a 600 on your Experian. And those of you who did get it know that you had hard inquiry on your credit report from the SBA. So point is, there's too much fraud out there, right? Too many people doing stuff. If you don't send me that, you want to commit fraud, find somebody else to do it. Do it for yourself. I'm just working with legit people to help you out. Okay. So we can get this money and we can all come up together. Okay. So it ain't worth it to go to jail over this little bit of money. All right. Yeah, they ain't that much money. I don't see it's not worth the risk. All right. The potential to go to jail to for a few $1,000s. No. I mean, if you get a legit hustle and the right product and the right clientele, you can make $1 million easy. Okay. It's not worth, I mean, and trust me when I say line 7. So it's the gross income. They're still going off the gross before deductions. Okay. So before your deductions. And then at the beginning of the show, I said, they're going to divide that by 12, right? Your gross income for your business. Like if you did $100,000, that works out to about $8,300 a month. They're going to take that number and multiply it by 2.5, which is approximately $20,000 and $20,833. That's how much the loan will be for. Okay. So, so you have the time. Take a few days, get your QuickBooks, go through your transactions and get the business expenses and the business income all in the right category, and then get that stuff to me. Go to the website and submit your application, and we can get it done for you. Okay. So I am charging a fee to do the paperwork for you, but it's after funding, no upfront cost. After funding, you pay the fee. Okay, give me a call. We can talk about that. Schedule an appointment. You can go to the website. Appointment link is on there. On my Facebook pages. I mean, it's not hard to find me and get a hold of me and ask me questions. Okay, but I mean, they extended it 90 days for a reason, because they want people to apply. They want to help as many people as they can, especially in the urban areas that I mean, there's a lot of us that have these side hustles, or maybe it's your primary hustle. Maybe you're a barber, maybe whatever it is that you're doing that classifies as a side hustle or primary hustle and as a business. Even if you're not formally structured as a business, you can still apply. You can still get that money. So we definitely want to, get it together. And like I said, give me a call and I'll happily walk you through the steps of how to get all your docs together so you can go back, get your docs together, and then come back and submit them and apply and get approved for this funding. All right. Yes, we can do round 2 as well, but you have to have your E-Trans number. You have to have your original loan doc number and to know the amount, but you can still apply for the second round also, for sure. Okay. That's it. All right. They're giving it away. You got to just do a little bit of work to get the money, a little bit of work to get the money. Okay. But for some of you guys, this might be the right time to get your business structured correctly, right? If you had an extra $15,000 to get your all your ducks in a row, say you want to be owner operator, you need your DOT tax, you need insurances, just the ancillary cost of running a business. This could be that little help that you need to take you from here to here. So it's definitely worth the time and effort to to get the QuickBooks and get your paperwork in order and submit it to us, because everybody's getting approved pretty much. I mean, I haven't had anybody decline yet. So only issue I've had is just going back and forth and getting the online application synced up with the correct information. But it's not a big deal because we can go and amend it and make those corrections before the final docs are signed, and you get the approval and then you get your deposit. Okay. So I hope that was helpful to anybody. Like I said, businessfundingnow.com. Go look at the app and know and see what you need. And if you have questions, schedule an appointment with me and I'll answer your questions. And if you need a few days, a week or two to get your paperwork together, take the time to get your paperwork together and submit it. Okay, so that, I mean, there's no reason not to. All right, but like I said, don't try to make nothing up. Okay, but we got to be honest. All right, um, yeah. So yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys coming. Can I add my EIDL loan to the PPP loan? No, that, I mean, they're two separate loans with two separate criteria. The second round of the EIDL has not opened yet, but we're expected to open in the next few weeks. But you can apply for both. Okay, so but there's no reason to. There's not even a way to mix them up. There's no option. I mean, on the questionnaire, it will ask you if you got approved for the EIDL the first round. It's going to ask you if you got the money between January and April of last year. You have to check a box, and then you would have to provide that information. So we can, because if you submit it and say you didn't, they're going to know you did. Okay, but it's not a disqualifier. You can still apply for it, even if you got the EIDL. Now, I got the EIDL, but I didn't get mine until August later in the year, so I didn't have to put that on my PPP application, and I still got approved. Okay, so it's we're going to do everything above board. Okay, there's no shady business going on, and y'all have seen the news. Y'all know people are getting busted for it. Don't bring that stuff to me. Okay, I'm just going to keep it real. We're not doing that. We're doing everything by the book because the book is easy. They're making it easy for you to apply. I mean, that's all. Just a little paperwork. That's it, and you're pretty much going to get it. Okay, even if you got the first one, PPP, you can get the second one. If you got the EIDL the first time, you can get the PPP this time. So there's no reason not to. You can't. But there's no shortcuts. Ain't nobody smarter than the government. They already thought about everything. They learned from the last time where they made mistakes and they made the corrections. So ain't nobody gonna slip through the cracks and try to get more than they are qualified for or anything like that. But we don't. It's not necessary. It's not enough money to risk going to jail for it. Okay, it's just not. And then they find out, like that girl was in Texas who got a million some odd dollars or a bunch of millions of dollars. Yeah, and went and bought a house and cars and all that stuff. She got caught. She got busted. It ain't worth it to me. I ain't made for that. I can't do jail time. I'm sorry, but I'm just keeping it real. But what you can do is get this 10, 15, $20,000 and put it into your business and take it to the next level. That's what you can do. And then if you do it correctly and with the right dedication, you can turn your business into a multi-million-dollar business in 12 months. So, don't tell me it can't be done. I've been an entrepreneur for 5 years on out here with no safety net. All right. And every year I keep making more money. So, yeah, you can do it too. All right. Hey, Miss Love, thank you for watching. You can just watch the replay. You know how to find it. But it's all good information. Hey, give me a call. And you got questions, you got clients yourself that you need to submit. You can submit them to me and I'll help you with the process and we'll manage it and get it going. Okay. A lot of my other affiliates are sending me deals. So, I got it all set up with the website, the CRM, everything is ready to go. What tax years do we need to be completed? There's no tax year requirement. We need a Schedule C for 2019 or a P&L in 2019 and 2020. So most people have not completed their taxes for 2020, so they're going to submit their P&Ls. All right, your Schedule C is your P&L on your tax docs. I hadn't filed taxes in the last 2 years, so I just submitted my P&Ls for 2019 and 2020, and I got approved and got the money. So, and I just showed you guys in the beginning of the show is how to go to QuickBooks, set up your account, sync up your bank account, and then categorize all your business expenses and business income. And once you do it for like a month or two for all your expenses and income, you can click a button and automatically calculate them all for the whole year or the previous years. And then within a couple of minutes, you'll have your P&Ls already generated for you in QuickBooks for each year. And that'd be a good way to keep track going forward. So when next year comes around and you got to do your taxes, you can submit your P&Ls. It does all that for you. Okay, right there in QuickBooks. Yeah, exactly. So you already have access to your P&Ls. Just go to the reports and click on P&Ls, profit and loss, and generate, select the dates that you want it. And like I said, even if you don't have it even if you just get the account and you have the same bank account, it can go back to those previous transactions because it's going to ask you when you want this to apply to all transactions like this. Click yes, and it will go back and categorize all those transactions in that same category. Yeah, and income, all of it. It might take you a couple of hours, maybe a couple of days to go through all, at least 3 or 4 months, maybe 6 months of monthly transactions, but it's worth it to get you $20,000. Put it in a little, elbow grease and leg work and do what needs to be done. Okay. Like I said, this money is turning into a grant and it's 100% forgivable. So you should definitely do what you got to do. Get your ducks in order. Give me a call and let's get this money. All right. You guys, thank you for watching. My name is Jeremiah Davis. I'm the funding coach, and this is Monday Fun Day. Peace.